You probably heard of the saying, don't judge a book by its cover from time to time. There's usually much more to something than what it seems, but there's no denying that we sometimes treat people better than others just because of how good they look. Researchers from the University of Florida in 2009 suggested that being attractive could result in getting higher paid than their coworkers just because they are worth it. This is an example of a bias known as the halo effect. So what is the halo effect? Edward Thorndike first coined the term halo effect in 1920. The halo effect is a cognitive bias, or simply an unconscious bias, where we judge someone based on their global evaluations of him or her. For example, when we see an attractive person, we sometimes attach other positive attributes to them, like they are intelligent or funny, and etc. The word halo in the halo effect can be linked to religious texts and paintings, where a person with a halo is usually thought as being divine or good. This is because we are often exposed to the stereotype that what is beautiful is good. Good-looking characters in films are often heroes and heroines, while the ugly, or at least less pretty, characters are associated with the bad. But the halo effect doesn't only work in social context, it can be seen in commercial contexts, especially in advertising. Through imprinting a good first impression, consumers think that what they're buying is as the advertising implies. For example, the McDonald's ads imply that their burgers are healthy and delicious because of how good looking the burgers are in the ad. We know from experience that the burgers in McDonald's are nothing like the ads. McDonald's even publicly revealed that the images are a product of food styling, but we still buy them anyway. Is it because we imprint our expectations of the image in the ad to how it really looks? The halo effect is very much linked to the power of the first impression, where we often carry our first impression of a subject to later times. A lecturer claims you make only one first impression, so he dresses up professionally on the first meeting with his new students. After this, he goes back to his more usual outfit while teaching them. He believes that after the favorable first impression, students will remember their first encounter positively as time goes by. The opposite of the halo effect is the horns effect, where our global evaluation of the subject is negative, and we attach negative traits to them. Similar to the halo effect, the word horns is very likely sourced from having horns in old paintings, signifying demons or something evil. In the end, the halo and horns effect isn't really good or bad. Ultimately, however, these effects can distort our perception of reality. An attractive person doesn't necessarily mean that they're smart, and an ugly person doesn't necessarily mean that they're grumpy. We unconsciously create false information based on our first global evaluations of them.